hard to do every day, don't get me wrong, but I've seen what you've been doing, and it's like a Line for Line podcast. Like, do it all the way in, man, and that's what I love watching it, and I think it's great what you do for the community, and giving kids and people in the community a voice is a big deal. So,
hey, Line for Line, ain't no comp in this rap neither.
You waiting line for line and keep doing numbers. I gave them the game, trust we live for the summer. Got doctors and artists and athletic speakers. Come learn from my come up, I'm better than people. I'm in love with the grind, I'm in love with the culture. Do this for the fam, do this for Kenosha. You know I got you, Kenosha. If you got the vision, then come a little closer. Let's get it together, line for line with the soldiers. I'm in love with the grind, I'm in love with the culture. Do this for the fam, do this for...
All right, welcome back to another special episode of Line for Line podcast. I'm your host with the most, Devon Booker. We have a very special, very gracious young man in the building. We have Mr. Ryne Goralski in the building. Ryan, how are you?
I'm good, man. I appreciate you calling me young.
Of course. We're out here on this beautiful Saturday, getting ready to conduct this Line for Line episode. Just tell us a little bit about how you feel on this fine young Saturday.
Good, man. We just got done with a homestand. We're about, 12 games into the season, home games, almost to the halfway point for the actual team. So it's been awesome, man. It's been obviously the improvements have been insane, and it's been fun to watch that. And now we're getting into the fun part of the summer. So July and August are kind of like when the summer really ramps up. I mean, you got the 4th of July shades on, so this is when it really ramps up.
Yes, sir. Now, a lot of people at Line for Line, they've known you. They've seen you on the podcast before. They know your work throughout the community, St. Joe's, all the talented athletes. When we start our podcast, we just like to do the most cliche thing and tell the people just a little bit about ourselves. So go ahead and introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself to the world, sir.
My name's Ryne Goralski. I'm the general manager of the Kenosha Kingfish. That's my real job. And then my job in the winter basically is I'm a basketball coach over St. Joe's. I've been doing that for, this will be my 8th or 9th season. I lost track, but obviously one of my favorite things to do, and I've met so many great kids, and you've had a lot of those kids on your podcast, and so St. Joe's is a huge part of my identity. I didn't go there, so I'm just part of the community now, but yeah, I consider St. Joe's like my home, and then the Kingfish, it kind of ties in together, so it's awesome.
Of course. Now, can you just help us understand how you got your start when it comes to Kenosha Kingfish baseball and how that opportunity approached you?
Yeah, so in 2014 when the Kingfish arrived to town, it was, this place sat dormant for, I want to say like 15 years. There was a few teams here and there, but this field's obviously been here for 100 plus years. So a bunch of teams came and went. In 2014, our old ownership group and Jake McGee got the team back here, and I took an internship. I had no idea what I was going to do, and I was a sports major at Parkside, so I was like, all right, I'll do this internship. And honestly, I left that internship after 2014 and was like, I'm going to get out of the sports world. It was too much work for too little pay, which our interns are probably feeling right now. I graduated from Parkside, and I decided when I was about 25, I'm like, man, I got a degree in sports management. Like, I should use it I want to do something fun with my career. So I came back as a sales rep in 2019. In 2020, our GM, Doug Gohl, had kind of left. He has a young family, so he decided to leave. So right after the summer of 2020, which was an interesting one to say the least, I became the general manager. And since then I haven't looked back, and since then we've had ownership change and obviously huge renovations at Simmons. So it's been fun to watch the growth of the Kingfish, and I'm sure I've grown a lot since I first took the role, and every day I'm learning new stuff and I'm trying to figure out a little more here and there, but it's an awesome job, man. It's fun. I get to work at a baseball field.
I know, right?
It's a trip.
Beautiful. Now, can you just tell us how good it feels, though, to be like such a valued part of the community, bringing the community together with the programs that the Kingfish have to offer?
Yeah. No, it's as cliche as it sounds, it's the favorite part about my job. This really isn't about baseball. I mean, the baseball is awesome, and I love the kids, and I love our coaches, but at the end of the day, it's about the little kids that come out and the families that are making memories and having fun. And for me to be a part of that it's very humbling, and I don't take it lightly. I take pride in that, the fact that we're a big part of people's lives, and I see this Kenosha K everywhere, man, and that's one of the coolest things, that I see Elvis everywhere. That's so awesome, and we take pride as a staff, really. I mean, it's not just me that's responsible for this thing. It's all of our interns, it's all of our part-time workers, and then I have a full-time staff that's been amazing and a linchpin part of the community as well, and they get us out there.
Of course. Now, a lot of people who are from Kenosha, they know the rich history of baseball and history of Kingfish baseball. Can you just speak to the history that you've been able to experience and understand and learn through your tenure?
Yeah, I've gotten plenty of lessons over the years being at Simmons now, because I didn't grow up in Kenosha. I grew up in West Bend. So, my dad would tell me about the Kenosha Twins and how they played at Simmons. And now you can go online and look at these pictures, and we have the timeline over there to tell you everything from 1920 on. And I've been lucky enough to stay in touch with Bob Lee, who was actually in charge of the Twins in the 80s.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so Bob's the treat, man. He is a baseball lifer, so I get all my information from him, essentially. He sends me pictures from those days. And then obviously just people throughout the community like Doc Santarelli, Brian McTurner, all these people. They know everything about Kenosha baseball. And honestly, like, Kenosha baseball is, and even in the area, everywhere, all the way out to the county, there's just so many good athletes that have come through here. And now we're getting these players to play for us, which is cool. So we had a couple local kids this year, and hopefully each year we just keep getting local kids, which is awesome.
Of course. Now, we know that your roster is built of people from all around the world, different countries as well, too. Can you just speak on the camaraderie that you have with the guys, and what is it like bonding with those guys once you meet them?
Yeah, it's so cool to see all these kids come to our hometown and think this is the coolest place in the world. Man, we have a kid from Japan. We have kids from, Mississippi, Florida, California. Our coach is from California. A couple of them are from California, and then one's from Colorado. And when they come here for these 3 months, they don't see the bad months where it's negative 50 degrees. But these kids, to them, this is like one of the greatest experiences they can have. Like, people come and support them. People want their autograph after the game. And, their host families take care of them, treat them like family. And that's a testament to the community. Like, they go around town and they actually feel important, which is such a trip for them. And, they might come from huge schools, but when they're here for the summer, they feel even bigger, which is sweet. So it doesn't matter where you go to school, if it's Ole Miss or if it's, Carthage, you still feel like a rock star when you put on that Kingfish jersey. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's fun to be a part of, man.
And that's been the crazy thing when it comes to Kenosha for me as of lately. Like, a lot of people really don't know what Kenosha is or what we're known for. They say, oh, that's the Packers. Well, they say Wisconsin. They say, well, they affiliate us with the Packers. But then it's like, you'll see stuff like this, and it's like, Kenosha's this vibrant city that's on the up and up. Yep. Can you speak a little bit on how you plan to continue to elevate the city with the work that you do through the Kenosha Kingfish?
Yeah. So that's a huge, it's a good point that a lot of people don't even realize that the Kingfish are here, number one, and sometimes they don't know enough about Kenosha. It's a huge city, first off. So with the turf and the renovation and the scoreboard and the lights, it's obviously daytime right now, so we don't need to put those on. But we're hoping to do a ton of different activities here, like concerts and Little League. We just had the Little League All-Star game here. Hopefully we could do softball. There's plugs out here for softball, and you can do all sorts of different sports. So hopefully we can host a conference tournament for Parkside at some point. Maybe we do a Carthage versus Parkside game.
No way.
Stuff like that. I mean, that would be awesome out here, because a lot of the parents of those kids, like the Little League parents, all come out here and they're like, I remember playing here when I was a little guy. And that's pretty cool to hear. And everybody has a memory from Simmons Field, whether it's from 10 years ago or 20 years ago or 40 years ago. People love being at this stadium. And when you sit down in this stadium and it's got the brick facade and it's got the train going in the background and it's in the middle of a neighborhood, I mean, this is old school baseball, man. This is baseball at its finest.
Of course.
At my core, I'm a baseball purist. I love this game, and the turf really helps us do a lot more. So the turf is a huge deal, of course, because in March we can play baseball and we could do soccer, all that fun stuff. So it's going to be, we have 36 home games. We're hoping to do near 100 events total. So whether it's, a beer festival or just come out and watch the Badgers one morning or watch the Packers, whoop up on the Bears, we'll
come on, man. Why you got to do it like that?
Really, personal. I had to throw a shot at it.
Yeah, no worries. But can you just speak to a little bit of the oohs and ahs that you have been getting with the renovations that you guys have placed around the field?
Yeah, it's awesome to see people walk up that ramp or up the stairs for the first time and kind of just be blown away. I don't think they fully understood when we put out the press release in December or whatever it is, that what that meant. So when you come see it and like you see it, you're like, dang, this is beautiful. I mean, it is state of the art, man. This field has so much history. 100 years of baseball has been played here. We had the professional women play here. Also, Bob Lee came out here. I mean, they're just blown away. Augie Schmidt's been out here. He played out here. So he comes out and, those are the best comments when people see this and they played here and they're like, oh my gosh, it's tremendous. The field plays so nice. He was asking a little bit about sliding on it. It's no complaints from our players. So
That's what's up. Now, can you just speak, obviously with me being the media guy that I am, I've been to a couple of Kingfish events, whether it was like the Celebrity Legends All-Star Games or whether it was the Family Fun Nights. Do you have any events like that maybe in the works coming up this year?
Not this year, but for sure 2025. I don't want to spoil it, but keep your eye out for another event in Kenosha that would be, kind of like what we did at the Harbor with the Home Run Derby. And then we'll have a special event here at the night after. So we're hoping to have something big, if not next year, for sure in the future. And like I said, maybe a huge concert or something. Maybe get the Walters or a local band like that. That'd be sick. So yeah, we're hoping to do something sick, but I don't want to spoil it, and it's not confirmed.
Of course.
But I'm alluding to it,
Got it.
I'm hitting towards it.
Of course. Now, with you being able to see like a variety of different baseball players, can you just speak on a couple of the names of the good players that you've seen come through this program that you had the pleasure to stay in contact with?
Yeah, for sure. So over the years, it's hard for me to keep track of the players, man. We get 80 players each year, basically, that come and go. But the good ones I remember for sure, not because they're great baseball players, but they stand out as people because I interact with them outside of the baseball field.
Of course.
So when they're really respectful and nice, that stands with me, and that's a thing that's true to every athlete I've ever coached too. If your character's here and you're a really good baseball player, they usually go hand in hand.
Okay.
If you have high character and you want to work hard and you're here in the summer trying to get better, those things go hand in hand. But this year we have a couple of kids that I think are going to be big leaguers, which I would rarely say that, but our coaching staff, we got an awesome coaching staff. We're really blessed this year. But this kid, Hudson Calhoun, he just threw his 26th scoreless inning last night. And
wow.
Pitcher, that's ridiculous to not have, anything behind you really go wrong or even a bloop single get in. So Hudson Calhoun will be a big leaguer. Cole Tolbert's a stud from Mississippi. He's going to transfer out of there. We have a ton of studs, man, and Tomi Tsubasa is our Japanese pitcher, and he is electric to watch. It's rare that I'll stop and watch our pitchers. This kid he's just so happy to be in Kenosha too, which is, to me, that's like the best compliment you can pay me.
Of course. Now, as an outsider looking at, can you just speak to the Kingfish way and what the Kingfish way is like and what it means?
Yeah, we're trying to get this to be a staple of what people would say about us, but I think it's a first-class organization. We try to do things the right way. Sometimes we screw up, and I blame Andrew Curtis for most of those.
AC, shout out AC.
No, but our whole organization, from coaches on to me to our interns, I would hope that everybody that comes in this park feels valued, including the umpires, including the other team, and I hope that they leave here saying, man, that's a first-class organization. So trying to do everything the right way, and that, playing baseball the right way, and our coaches get to decide that and how they play, and then how we carry ourselves in the community and get involved with the Little Fish reading program and have Elvis at events, and the way our interns interact with fans, and all that stuff is so important, man, because when people see you in a red shirt here or you have a Kingfish hat on and you're an employee, they really don't know the difference between me and our intern or our part-time people.
Of course.
So it's like a culture thing to me. It's culture beats strategy every day, in my opinion. So it's just like my St. Joe's basketball team that I was a part of. The culture was better than our strategy. I mean, we had a great team, don't get me wrong, but when you have a strong culture, things seem to go really well. So
that's just going to impact everything going forward for years and years to come.
Yeah, it makes your job fun, man. If you're coming into work happy every day and you love the people you work with and you love the coaches and you get to interact with the players and they're nice, it makes your life so much better. And I've had the opposite, man, and it's not fun to be a part of that negativity, and you can get stooped down really quick. It's a long summer. We work really long days. You could get negative real quick. I do it, trust me. But I just take it out on Andrew quick, and we hash it out, and we get over it. But no, I owe a ton of credit to our staff, man. As the GM, I think a lot of people think, oh, man, he's in charge of that whole thing. I'm like a coach, man. At the end of the day, the players play. So my staff really is responsible for everything. I kind of just stand here and I'm a part of it, yeah. But at the end of the day, they're responsible for most of this. And they should get all the credit because they work the long hours and do the same things I was doing as an intern and a full-time employee. And I'm still doing those things. I'm just part of the culture. I'm not the creator of it.
Well, my friend, as someone who's been able to work with you closely over the past couple of years, you're doing a terrific job with yourself to the culture and what you're doing with the Kenosha Kingfish.
Yeah.
As we get ready to close out this phenomenal episode, me and you being people of influence in the city and the culture as well too, can you just give out that little piece of advice to the youth that are out there watching and they want to continue working for greatness, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, or just life in general?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to go talk to like classes and stuff like that and younger kids. Obviously, I coach 14-year-olds, so I can, I'm trying my best with them. I'm trying to get the message through. Sometimes it takes till they're 18 to figure it out, but no, I say the same thing to every class I talk to. And if you want to work in sports, or even like you said, if you want to be successful in life, it's as cliche as this sounds, and I already know I'm going to get some slack from some of my St. Joe's boys for this, but do the things nobody else wants to do. Take out the trash on a 90-degree day. Clean up the bathrooms when nobody else wants to do that. Get up at 5 a.m., work out. Do the things nobody else wants to do, and, watch yourself succeed and get a different position. And you don't need to sit there and build yourself up to everyone else. The leaders notice that stuff. The coaches, the GM, the owners, we notice the kids that are working in silence and kind of doing their own thing and taking pride in what they're doing. And that's what I always tell kids too. Just take pride in what you're doing. It doesn't matter if it's, working for a baseball team or working at Pick and Save. If you bring the same intensity every day, man, you're going to succeed.
Of course.
So it's hard to do every day, don't get me wrong. But I've seen what you've been doing, and it's like a Line for Line podcast, like, do it all the way in, man. And that's what I love watching it. And I think it's great what you do for the community, and giving kids and people in the community a voice is a big deal. So
of course,
we appreciate you too.
Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been Ryne Goralski. I've been your host, Devon Booker. That was another episode of Line for Line Podcast.
You calling or you listening, tune in every week. Line for line. Oh yeah, I'm going line for line.